Your mindset hasn't changed. Your mindset is still, I can still sin and just say sorry.
You believe in God?
No, I got brought up in the church, so I don't.
We're not in the church, bro. Come on, talk to us for a second. Come on, talk to us for a second. 2 seconds of your time, bro.
Yeah,
Just go 2 seconds. 2 seconds. 2 seconds, bro. 2 seconds, bro. Yeah.
I don't do this division. It's all division.
Yeah.
It's all dividing us.
I understand.
And anything that's dividing us can't be right.
That's
anything that says that's one person, it's all wrong. Countries, I don't deal in countries that separate us. Religions, Muslims, Hindus, it's all wrong. We're all one. There's one creator of us all. You know what I'm saying? So anything that's saying, yeah, you go over here and you do this and you go over here and do this, and then man shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah, but at the same time,
it's wrong. So it's all about being good and being godly, innit? You know what I'm saying? And I am that good godly.
So you know with everything on the earth, right? So you know how you've got animals and stuff like that. Animals are separate, aren't they? Right? You have different animals. They are separate.
We're all interconnected.
They are separate.
We're all one. That plant there, you see if I go to burn that plant there, that plant knows that I'm thinking about burning it. Because we're all one. Look it up. Look it up, how plants feel. How plants feel, right? And if I think about going to burn that plant's going to know. Right? Because we're all one, we're all connected. So I don't believe animals are separate. We're all one.
No, when he says they're separate, you got to understand. He's trying to get you to understand that you're saying that a lot of stuff is division, and you're right in a sense to say that some things are there to divide us, but we want to be separate. We have to be separate because you said it's about being good.
No, we don't need to be separate.
No, we do because you said it's about being good. So if you're saying it's about being good and godly,
we need to be unified because this is what they've done to us. Is they've separated us. So we and you should be debating.
No, we're not
we're having a conversation.
Yeah.
When we should
What
be
is good?
Fighting,
What is
fighting
good?
The powers that
What is good?
We shouldn't even be debating about
What is good? Ask him. You don't want to listen to me. Ask him the question. What is good?
What is good? Yeah.
We all know what's good.
Do we? No, not everybody.
They-
No, it's
I don't even need to define what's good. That's a
pedophilia
ridiculous
good.
conversation to say
Is
what is
pedophilia
good.
good?
Say that again.
Is pedophilia good?
Say that again. No.
Is homosexuality good?
No.
Is bestiality good?
No,
Right, is rape, robbery, and murder good? Right, so there's people on the earth that
Yeah,
are.
but I'm
people-
not. But I'm not, and I don't
we're
need
not,
religions
we're
to
not
tell
saying
me
that
not
you
to
are.
do that.
We're not saying that you are doing that. What we're saying is that you were the one who said, well, we need to be good. That's all we need to do. But the problem is that there's people here on the earth who do not want to do that.
Well, okay, but for me,
So there's no way we can all be one. There's no way we can all be one if people don't want to do good. There's no way.
That's right.
There's no way, and that's the point. The point is that the righteous. The point is
unifying the religion.
the point
and to a
is-
banner that's been given by somebody else.
But the point is, the righteous on the earth, right?
Yes.
The righteous on the earth, those who want to do good, right? The creator who created the earth has to use them on the earth to do his will on the earth, because he's not going to come himself and do it himself. Okay. So there's people on the earth that the Most High, he's going to call out. He's going to call them out. He's going to give them understanding, and he's going to give them power to clean the earth.
I don't believe in that, and I can't believe in that.
Well, you don't have to believe in that.
I don't believe in that.
We're not-
I don't
no,
believe
you
in
don't
that
have to believe.
because
Get the scripture.
say a higher power.
What if some doesn't believe? What if some do not believe? What if some does not believe?
Now I could write a book and blah blah blah. Say I've been given divine power. I met people.
Hey,
Not in the gospel in my eyes.
well, in the Bible, right, it prophesies, in the Bible, it prophesies of all the kingdoms that are going to come on earth. And when you go into secular history, all the nations that the Most High says in the Bible that was going to come and reign on earth, they have come and they have reigned. They have come and they have reigned.
The problem with reading
Right?
the Bibles is all the Bibles I've seen have been what's the word I'm trying to say? Manipulated by man.
And you say they've been manipulated by man, right? But the question I'm going to ask: Have you read the Bible? Have you read the Bible?
I've been brought up reading
No,
the
but
Bible.
have you read it yourself? I'm asking you. You read the Bible?
I'd read the Bible by the time I was
I'm gonna say then tell me what.
I
Tell
don't
me.
agree what's in the Bible.
Well, tell me
I've
what.
learned since then.
Well, if you don't agree, then
I've
tell
learned
me what you've read, what you don't agree with.
Man, there's loads, but there's
Read the
loads
scripture.
in the Bible.
Read the scripture.
Romans chapter 3 and verse 3. For what if some did not believe Shall their unbelief make the faith of God without effect?
And what's the answer?
God forbid.
Read it again.
And then it's all about
What?
interpretation.
If some
isn't
did
it?
not believe.
If people don't believe,
It's all about
if people
interpretation as well.
don't believe, the scripture, this is plain reading of the text. This is plain reading of the text. Read it again.
It's all about
But what if
interpretation.
some did not believe?
If some people do
It's all
not
about
believe,
interpretation.
if some people do not believe, read.
It's all
Shall
about
their
interpretation.
unbelief make the word of God without effect?
Because you don't believe, it doesn't mean the
Listen,
Most High
listen.
ain't going to
And
do
two-
what He's going to do.
two
It doesn't mean that.
Two Bible scriptures,
Right? So,
two Bible scriptures in what's it called? In isolation don't mean nothing to me. That's come from a whole chapter and a whole verse, and you need to read the whole shit to get the context of it. You
Sorry,
can't just read two little pieces of it to get the context.
Let me just-
You need to read the
wait a
whole
second, let me
thing.
just-
You
let me
That's not
know,
what the scripture
I
says.
understand
That's not
how
what the
this
scripture
shit works.
says. That's not what scripture says. And that's not what the Most High says.
Because
Let me just
I
ask you
can
one
get
question.
another one from another religion or another church who's going to read the same thing as you, but he's going to interpret it
Wait,
differently to me.
brother, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question really quickly, right? Because you said we're all interconnected, right? And we've just asked you, is paedophilia okay? Right? Is rape okay? Homosexuality okay? Yeah, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. So you know it's not okay, right? So how am I interconnected with people that think that's okay? Because I'm not connected with them.
Yeah, because
I'm not
now-
connected with them.
okay,
I don't want to be connected with them.
I understand that, right?
But this is what I'm saying, because you're saying
Alright.
I'm connected with them.
I get
I'm
ya.
not.
I
But
get
you're,
ya.
you can't say
Right,
to
one,
me.
we're connected with them because we're on the same planet. But you see, this is where
not
I come
connected.
differ. I understand where you're saying we're not connected because in a sense, I believe these people come from a different place from where we come from.
That means we're different. That means we're separated.
Yeah, I get ya. Them people that can do that kind of stuff, and these people that can say, yeah, I can send people's kids off to get the war, they're different.
The only connection we have with all these other people on the earth is that we all descend from Adam. That's our connection to them. That's it.
I don't believe all that Adam
That's
stuff.
it.
I don't
You
believe all that
it doesn't matter whether you believe it or not.
In the Bible,
Because even
in the Bible, in Genesis,
even
it says the earth had become a forsaken planet. That means there was something
Where does
before
it say
Adam
that?
and Eve. In Genesis,
Where does it say that? Where does it say that? Where does it say that in Genesis?
What was
Because
before?
yours-
In Genesis, it says what was before Adam and Eve. Look it up.
Yours-
Look it up, my brother. Yeah?
Anyway,
It
doesn't
says
say that.
what was before Adam and Eve.
We're out here
So
for
there was
you.
shit before Adam and Eve.
What's your
Adam and
nationality?
No, there were
Eve
people
first.
before Adam and Eve. There's no disputing that. We're not disputing that.
What's your
However,
nationality, bro?
Jamaican.
You're Jamaican, yeah. I thought so. So the main reason we're out here, whether you want to believe what's written in the scripture or not, has no weight basically, because we're not religious.
we're not religious.
We're not Christian.
Religion means to
We're
point
not,
to hold back.
we're not Muslim. We're not under any religion. We don't believe in religion. We understand through history, archaeology, geography, through all the annals of time, history, that what's written in the scriptures took place, and 90% of it has come to pass already. There's stuff written in the book that hasn't come to pass yet, and we're waiting for that. You have a nationality. The term Jamaican is not in the Bible. So what is our biblical nationality? Now, and that's what I'm saying. Religion creates denominations. There's no such thing as denominations in the Bible. The Most High, the Creator, gave people nationalities. We have a nationality. Now, the book that you're reading about and you believe is a religious book, it wasn't a religious book. It's a book of history, and it's the book of our ancestors. Now, you see this, what happened to us? Good question. That's a very good question. The book is written about us. If you heard of Israelites, Israel. The real, that's our, that's we are the real, the real chosen people of God, and that's why
always been chased around the world. Yeah.
there you go. So you see this, what happened to us here? What's that? That's the transatlantic slave trade. That was a curse.
What they said was always going to happen to us if we didn't
do what the Most High said, what the Creator said, and He said to us, keep my commandments and blessings will come on you.
Yeah, that's right.
But because we didn't, we had to get punished. Same way you got kids, you got children.
Yes,
now,
brother.
so now you say to your child, don't do this, and your child goes and does what you tell them not to do. What happens then?
Right,
Exactly. If you can't hear, and that's what the Most High, you know, the Creator's not the other nation. He's we come from the Creator. He's like, well, so He said to us, okay, I told you not to break my commandments.
So what I said is going to happen.
And
You'll always be chased. You'll always be despaired.
And we always,
Until we return.
until we come back. And that's why we're the first fire, we're the last hired, and you look at us wherever we are, and even though we're at the bottom of society, all the nations still copy us. That's why the other nations, that's why when you see them walk, they try to box like us. When everyone meet, when they greet each other, they all firm to each other. They say wagwan, and everyone's talking like us, walking like us, but then they despise us. When they see our youth, they cross the road.
Because they know our greatness.
Right?
Because they know our great, and if we are great in our lowest state where we are now, where we've been cursed, imagine when we come back.
But we have to return.
But we need to come
But
back.
we have
and
to
that's what I'm
return.
saying. Because what you're saying is 100% right, and that's because Christianity and religion have created a false idea of what our history was. When they teach you our history,
What they think they were.
no,
Right.
they don't know what they worship.
Right.
This is my point. But our history, when they teach the kids our history, it always starts where? It always starts in slavery. So when we're in school, they tell us, oh, watch Roots. Like that's our own history. But our history predates slavery.
That's why their history that they want all.
That's all they want us to know.
They
So,
want to push you away.
Yeah.
Your history, okay.
and then they tell you, oh, Black History Month, but then for the rest of the year, you have to learn about their history. So what do they tell you about the Holocaust? They tell you about 1066. They tell you to learn about World War One, World War Two. But then our people don't get brought up. They don't care. You bring up, say anything about slavery, the first thing they're going to say is, oh, forget about it, that was years ago. That was years ago.
Still hanging on back.
Yeah, why you still, yeah, you got a chip on your shoulder.
Well, won't tell you that you're sitting on the train that was built because of slave wheel, walking on the road that
Right.
was built.
Makes sense. And that's what they're going to teach the children, our kids. But the point is, that's why I'm saying it's our job to wake up and teach our children. So when they grow up, they're not misguided. They haven't got
They know
false
who they
information. Everything you see around you was built off the backs of our ancestors. The light bulb, you do know the light bulb weren't created by Thomas Edison. The toilet wasn't created by so-called Caucasian.
Production line weren't built by
Right,
then?
right.
That's right. It was all created by our people. And then they won't give us credit for it. All the music on the planet, look at the music on the planet. We run the music industry. We're the people who are putting out all the best music. Look at any sport. We run all the sports. Who are the best footballers? Us. Who are the best basketballers? Pick any sport. F1. You got Lewis Hamilton. Golf. You got Tiger Woods. If they heated up the swimming pools, we'd be the fastest in the swimming pools. if they put here in the ice skating ring, we'd be killing it on the ice skating ring.
But then you say that and look at them, those black lives in there are, that can dive under the water and swim without any breathing apparatus and go down deep and do their fishing with spears and so all that.
And just think, in history, we've done all this stuff without all of their technology.
Or we had advanced technology, but then
There you go.
and burn our books.
Right.
And that's what I mean. So all the stories you read about, yeah, you might have grew up in religion.
What have you got for me to take away and read and
That's right. Don't worry. The point is, that's what I said, they need to wake up to come back.
I agree 100%.
Because they're not gonna teach you this. Religion's gonna tell you a lie. So yeah, you got so these are this is basically where we are. So you might know a lot of Africans. We've got a lot of Africans here now. Nigerians, Ghanaians. They're all the same people. They're all our people. But what happened is part of our curse was for us to be scattered. So we're all over the world. You'll see us in the Caribbean.
Wasn't there some of them that went one way and some of them that went another way?
Yeah, you had the sub-Saharan slave trade, where the east.
But I'm saying before that when the children of Israel, some of them go one way and some of them go another way.
No,
Even when
what?
it comes to Africa, there's two. You got the children of Israel, but you got the Africans who aren't the children of Israel.
Right. They're Hamites, right? They're Hamites, right? And when we owned our kingdom, right, what happened is Solomon sinned, and the Creator split the kingdom. So you had the southern kingdom, which is Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, and then you had the northern kingdom, which was Ephraim and all the other 9 tribes. So what happened is because the northern kingdom wasn't coming to the temple, right, to give their offering, the Creator sent Assyria down and took them captive and took them into the land of Assyria. Now, when they went into the land of Assyria, because they were fighting, because the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom were fighting one another, right? And then when they went to Assyria, when they got free from Assyria, they didn't go back. The majority of them didn't go back, right? And that history is in the Apocrypha. It's not in the King James Bible, right? Because they took the Apocrypha out, right? But in the Apocrypha, it tells us that the 10 tribes went to a land where no man dwelt, where man didn't dwell, right? Which is the Americas, right? So when when Columbus got to the Americas, he didn't step foot in America, by the way, right?
Yeah, because the Africans took him there anyway, didn't they?
Right, but Columbus knew where had an idea where the Americas was.
What, isn't it the river from Africa, the current takes you straight
Right.
into America?
Yeah, it takes you round. So you've got to come from if you're going to come from the so-called Middle East, you've got to go round Africa, go round the bottom of Africa, and then the currents naturally take you up into the Americas. Or if you come from the west coast of Africa and you sail across, the currents will naturally take you across. Right, but because the Northern Kingdom, they were in the Middle East, so they had to take the boats to travel around the Horn of Africa down to the bottom South Africa, and then that took them up into the Americas. So when Columbus and the Portuguese, right, the conquistadors got to the Americas, our people were there, the Northern Kingdom was there, right? That's why you got the Aztecs, the Mayans, and all those people, the Olmecs, and all of them were Israelites, the Northern Kingdom, that fled there because they didn't want to go back to the land because it would just cause more friction and more war, right? So that's what happened, and that's why when they went to the Americas, that's why they did the things that they did to them in the Americas, right? They raped, robbed, murdered, committed genocide on them, right? And then they went to the northwest coast of Africa, and they knew where Judah was because we were still in the land until Rome came and conquered Judah. And then the majority of Judah fled into Africa because we are dark-skinned people. The Africans are dark-skinned people. Although we're all dark, we don't all come from the same lineage. Just like what you said, you got the Hamites, and then you got the Israelites. So we were dark-skinned people. Right, and we know we were dark skinned because Moses was looked at by Pharaoh as his grandson. So if he was a white man, that black king, he's not going to know that white kid is not.
And isn't it something like about how Noah had albino children as well, or something like that?
Yeah, they say that Noah had an albino child, but that's from an extra biblical text, right? So, but unless you understand, right, the writings, the metaphors, because when Hebrews write, we even have it today, where we say spiritual things, right? So we will say something, but it means something else, right? So we're speaking about a particular topic, but we're using phraseology, right? So if somebody else comes in and listens to you speaking, they think you're talking about one thing, but really you're talking about something totally different. Right, so when you start to read the Hebrew writing, you have to understand that phraseology because we are a very spiritual people, right? So even though when you read certain things, you can't take it for face value, you have to get into the writings, the Hebrew, and into the writings and the story and the account to get the full understanding, right? But putting that to one side, right, I'm just dealing with us as a nation and the history of us. Right, we fled into Africa, and then because Rome was still coming to persecute us, we fled deeper into Africa and fled over to the northwest coast of Africa. That's why some of the maps, when you go back into the history, you got the cartographers. They write Levite cities. They write what they call again exiles, Israelite exiles, Jewish exiles. Right, all in Africa. This is all in like 1400s, 1500s. Right, so we are all in Africa. But what happened is a lot of Judah went into the northwest coast, right? And they knew where Judah was. So after they raped, robbed, and murdered the northern kingdom, right, and almost literally made them extinct, then they came for the Judites, and that's why we were taken from the northwest coast of Africa and shipped to the west, right? And that's why our ancestors found ourselves in the Caribbean, and a lot of us are still in the Americas today, and they did a real number on them. They've done a real number on them, right? And even now, they're still shooting them. They're shooting them unarmed, young men, unarmed. And then if you look at their news, right, you'll see young men running with their backs to them, and they'll shoot them in their back.
care, and they've got no accountability either.
Right, because even if they take them to court, they'll find them not guilty, and that's in the scriptures, and that's what the Most High said to us. He says what will happen is you're going to go amongst the people who are not going to care for you, not even the old, not even the young. When you look at the history, they had our little kids in the cotton field, toddlers from 6 in the morning to 6 in the evening. Right, and unless you do the history, unless you do the study, right, because what they will teach you now, right, because you see the same mindset that what you had when you first came up. I had that same mind. I was a Christian. I was a minister. I was a minister in a church until an Israelite brother woke me up and says what you're worshiping has nothing to do with the Creator, has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, you can tell. I see that from being growing up in it. You know what I'm saying? And it's from growing up in it, and it's just from seeing everything that's around you. You see there's another power that's operating.
Right.
You know, the other power is a lot more visible than the higher power.
Right,
you know
right. And the thing is, the Most High said, right, that until we wake up and return, we will stay in that position. But you know who they call Jesus Christ? His name wasn't Jesus Christ. There was J is the youngest letter of the alphabet.
Of course,
and in the Hebrew there's no such letter. Right? His name was, some people say Yeshua, some people say Yehoshua. So,
isn't it like the stories were made up of messiahs? There were messiahs back in those days, weren't there?
Yeah, but the word Messiah just means deliverer. Yeah. So that's just a title. And even his real name is Yahweh Shai. That means, because the real name of the Father is Yahweh. That's his real name, not God. He has a literal name. Okay, and his real name, you see the card we gave you? Right? You see, that's his real name in the Hebrew, in the Paleo. And it's Yahweh. That's how you say his name. Yeah, from right to left. Because that's how Hebrew is written and read. Right? So until we return back to him, right, and start to do the things he's asked us to do, right, we will find ourselves in captivity. And the only reason why Messiah came was to give us this opportunity, because all the kingdoms that the Most High said was going to come and reign on earth, they've come. We're at the bottom of the end of their captivities. Now the next kingdom to come in is our kingdom, our rulership. But the only way we're going to be able to take hold of that is if we return to the Creator. That's what we're here to teach our people, right? So what we are out here to do is just to wake you up and to say, what you got to do is go and take a look at the history, take a look at the archaeology, take a look at the biblical text, because the biblical text has nothing to do with religion. It's not religion. It's a book that was written by Israelites, to Israelites, for Israelites, because the kingdom, when you get to the end of the book, our kingdom comes in. Our kingdom comes in, and on the 12 gates, it has what? What does it have on the 12 gates? 12 tribes. Read it out of the Bible. So read out the Bible, because our kingdom. No, but this is the last scripture. This is the last scripture, right? And
what's your name again, brother?
Wayne. There's a number. There's a number on there. Wayne. So if anytime you want to ask any question, just give us a call.
Definitely, sir. You're not Jamaican. I grew up saying I'm Jamaican. Our history predates all of that. And as I said, you can teach your daughter. So when everyone grows up and starts to understand, then they're no longer in the position where we're in.
Yeah.
Because the curses are coming on us now.
They already know. I've already started teaching them with the last tribe, but I don't know. I need to
do
right.
But that's our job. We're in a time of learning now. It's like teachers training, because our job is not just to know it, it's our job to teach the nations, the other people, how to worship God.
So the thing is, it's just to open people's eyes, because as men or as people, we learn all at our own pace. And when somebody pushes something, and the journey I've been on, this is just taken me through standing there with you guys talking about the last kind of stuff I've been reading about it. I'm really trying.
We are the children of Israel.
We're the children of Israel too. Listen to this last lap.
So this is Revelation chapter 21, we read it from verse 9. And there came unto me one of the 7 angels, which had the 7 vials full of the last 7 plagues, and talked with me, saying, Come hither, I will show thee the bride, the Lamb's wife. And he carried me away in a spirit to a great and high mountain, and showed me that great city, the holy Jerusalem, descending out of heaven from God, having the glory of God, and her light was like unto a stone most precious, even like a jasper stone, clear as crystal, and had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates, and at the gates 12 angels, and names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel.
So that kingdom of heaven that everyone wants, everyone talks about heaven, getting the kingdom of heaven. They believe that it's some mystical place where everyone's just going to be able to get in, and it's just about being good. No, the place that is prepared, what's the kingdom of heaven that's going to come from the Most High, is for the children of Israel. Because we are the ones who have been through the curse. We're the ones who have been scattered. We're the ones who are at the bottom of society. That's why when we say we want salvation and redemption, we know what we want salvation and redemption from. And it's from slavery, it's from captivity, it's from chastisement, because we didn't keep the law, statutes, and commandments. They don't need salvation. They're driving around in there. No.
They've always been pretending. They're pretending to be Jews anyway. Aren't
Yeah,
they?
that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
But they're rich. They own the banks. They own the supermarket. And even if we have a little a clothing company, we still have to go to them to get the material.
Different kind of redemption you need from doing the stuff that they're doing.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. So they don't need the same redemption. So when we talk about salvation, it's from the position we're in. And it's time for us to wake up now.
Yeah.
It's time. You'll see as when you research it, Israelites are waking up all over the world.
Right, we're gone.
All right, wait.
Respect, guys.
Yes,
We're talking to you.
right? Anytime. You bring it anytime. Anytime.